Hi everyone, and welcome to another fabulous episode of Creature Features.
G'day everyone, and hi Adam.
Hey Moddy. So, do you have any other relatives that can talk?
Oh, nope, I am one of a kind.
So, you really are unique and special?
Oh, at last the penny has dropped. Yes, I am unique and special.
So, tell me, do cats really have 9 lives?
Oh, let me think about that. Well, there was the time when I was, and the time I got chased. Well, yes, so I think they do, yes.
All right, well then, how many do you have left?
Let's see, counting's not my strong point.
Yeah.
I reckon I've got, at least 5, but let me think about that for a minute, would you?
Alrighty, well, while you do some mental arithmetic, let's see what's coming up on today's show. Coming up on Creature Features, meet some native bees that are really sweet, create a special designer bag, we'll join a marine biologist on a dugong adventure, and NRL star Adam McDougall introduces us to his best friend Matt. Did you know Australia has over 1,500 species of native bees? And some bees, in fact, make very interesting pets. Now, in our next story, we'll meet Russell Zabel, who's been keeping honeybees since he was just 8 years old. And now he's fallen in love with native bees and reckons they make the perfect pet.
Hi, I'm Russell, and my passion is keeping Australian stingless native bees. These little beauties are called Trigona carbonaria, and they occur in southeast Queensland, but do occur from Rockhampton in the north down to southern New South Wales. These would be the species that I would recommend for most of the eastern parts of Australia. They are the most beautiful little creatures. You may not have considered bees as your first pet, but Australian stingless native bees are the perfect pet. Well, that's true. There's a few dead ones there, look. There might be something in there. This is typical country where you might find native bees, and what you need to look for is dead gum trees, very old dead gum trees with some age about them. In Australia, there's up to 1,500 species of native bees, but there is only 10 species which are social. This is a classic tree where you might find native bees. In fact, we've found one nest down here, and up further we've seen at least 2 more colonies. These guys are the perfect pollinators of Australian native plants. Because they're so small, they can actually get inside the native flowers and do the pollination job, whereas the honeybees sometimes destroys the flower in the process of getting nectar. Most times people will be clearing land, or sometimes they will be cutting firewood, and they will bring the hive here rather than the hive being destroyed. To commence the transfer process, what we'll do is clean up the nest, remove all the dirt and timber and other bits and pieces, and try to expose purely the nest that the bees live in. A hive like this has probably been in this tree for at least 30 years, and generally they'll never move away unless they're under threat from fire or the tree falls over and exposed to the sun and so on. So this is an excellent example of a viable hive coming from the bush. It's a rather careful process. We don't want to destroy too much of the nest. My aim is to actually save as many beehives as I can from the wild. Most times people will be clearing land, or sometimes they will be cutting firewood, and they will bring the hive here rather than the hive being destroyed. Hello, we've got the whole nest coming out. You know, I've done thousands of these transfers, and this moment is the most special. It always amazes me no matter how many times I do this. Look at the beautiful spiral structure of the eggs. And you're very fortunate today that you can actually see a queen, which is a rather unusual occurrence. We don't see the queen of this species terribly often. You'll notice that around the queen there's the royal entourage, I suppose. They're taking care of the queen and protecting her. Bearing in mind, by the way, this is the most stressful moment in a transfer from a log to a box, because the heart of the colony is actually exposed and very vulnerable. By the way, the hive material is called cerumen, which is a mixture of wax that the bees secrete plus resin from gum trees. The bees have an amazing sense of direction, so it's important to make sure that your new box is positioned as close as possible to the original entrance in the log. If I haven't convinced you that native bees are the best pet, let's have a look at a final reward, the beautiful, citrusy, tasty honey that they produce. The medicinal qualities are better than the European bee honey. Aboriginals have known about the honey for thousands of years and have found it to be an excellent health food.
Native bee fact. Stingless bees are tropical species that only occur in the warmer parts of Australia. One of the most useful things you can have is a bag. But why be satisfied with a green bag, or worse still, a plastic bag? So today, we're going to make our own bags. And I'm going to be joined by Kyla and Caddison. All you need is some hessian material, some pins, needles, wool, scissors, some glue, and some felt. So, to start, we've got our hessian material, which is really strong and sturdy, and then there's pretty much 3 parts to it. We've got our handle, which is one long strip, which you can see in the red here. Then our front and back panels, which is in the orange, that's pretty much just a square. And then our side and bottom panel, which is just one long rectangle, which you can see in the pink. And we'll sew it all together and add on some patterns. So let's get cutting.
All right, here's the front and here's the back. What do you think, Adam?
Let me have a look. Nice and square. They're even. Well done. Very good job.
So, Adam, what do you think of these?
Yep, they're good. Oh, and one thing to remember with the handles, they must be equal length, otherwise it's going to be all lopsided. And then for added strength, we're going to fold them in half like so and do a nice blanket stitch down the side. Blanket stitching is pretty simple and will provide a strong and durable way to connect all the elements together.
All right, I'm finished.
Well done. Let's give it a test. Yep. And that's a good, strong, sturdy bag right there. Now it's just time for a personal touch, which we're just going to add some nice little patterns on there. All right, Caddison, steak.
Stick.
Glue.
Glue.
Bone.
Bone.
We're using shapes that represent items you often purchase whilst out shopping. Then, using some PVA glue, I'm going to stick them onto the front and back panels of the bag. All right, let's compare our bags to these stock standard models. What do you reckon, guys? Get rid of them, huh? I think these are much better. A bag for every occasion. Well done, guys. Well done. Well done.
Hi, I am Jemima, and this is my pet, Rosella. She is an Eastern Rosella. Her name is Nikita. She has a very special whistle, and she loves talking. Whenever she's happy, she always wags her tail. I really love her feathers. They're colourful and they're bright, and also they're very soft. I keep her in a cage at night time and she falls asleep. During the day, she's allowed to fly around in the house, except for the bathroom. The best thing about Nikita is whenever you're sad, she always cheers you up. That's why I love her.
Now, we love receiving your animal questions, and today's questions are all about the hippopotamus. Did you know that ancient Greeks thought the hippopotamus was related to the horse? Weird, huh? So to answer your hippo questions, we asked the hippo keeper from Werribee Zoo. Do hippos have tails? From Erin.
Yes, hippos do have tails. They have very short ones, sort of propeller shaped, very flat. The male hippo actually uses his tail for spreading his dung around his territory. So when other males come into that territory, they know that he's the boss there and they can smell his dung.
Can hippos breathe underwater? From Ali.
No, hippos can't breathe underwater. They actually breathe air like you and I. They actually have their nostrils on the end of their nose. They can stick their nose up out of the water and draw in air. They're actually related to whales and dolphins, and that's why they have the nostrils on the end of their nose.
How much does a full-grown hippo weigh? From Ella.
Hippos can get very large. A male hippo can weigh up to 3 tonnes, and a female about 2.5, sometimes up to 2 tonnes.
How long can a hippo stay underwater? From Greg.
When they're awake, they can stay underwater for about 2 or 3 minutes, but when they're actually sleeping underwater, they can stay underwater about 5 or 6 minutes, and they have a natural response to come up to the surface and breathe that air in.
What is the lifespan of a hippo? From George.
A hippo in the wild can live up to 30, 35 years, but in a zoo they can live up to 40, sometimes 45 years. And the reason for this, because they're well looked after, they have no predators and they have vets looking after them.
Well, thanks for your hippo questions, everyone. Now coming up, it's race day, and Jake the Musk is trackside and raring to go. Then I go head-to-head with NRL player Adam McDougall from the Newcastle Knights and his staffy, Max. But right now, it's time to check out what Moddy's cooking up in her extreme machine.
Today's extreme creation is the brainiest. So let's get thinking. With the help of the big brain of our closest relative, the clever chimp. Clever too is the chatty dolphin. Let's not forget cats and dogs in the smart stakes. So let's add whiskers and a wet nose. Polly does it better. Or smart bird brains, like the problem-solving parrot. Pigs are really intelligent too, and can be trained to sniff out treats. And last but not least, let's give our creature the awesome memory of an octopus. Extra legs, anyone? Make that 8. And here we have the smartest creature on the planet, the Dolph Hawk Chimp, more commonly known as Brains.
Wow.
Over the past 2 episodes, we've been following the preparation of Jake the Musk as he embarks on a journey from the paddock to the racetrack. Today is race day, when all the hard work is put to the test, and Jake the Musk is warming up for the big race. Soon you'll see. Hey Rick, now I think I'm more nervous than Jake is. Do horses get nervous before a race?
Yeah, they sure do, Adam. And their blood pumps and, they get very nervous.
Now, considering all the trouble you've gone to, you must be nervous, are you?
Yes, I mean, I'd be lying if I said no. So, of course I'm nervous. I'm like Jake, I'm pumped.
So this is the parade ground where all the horses gather prior to the race. Now Rick will be passing on any last minute instructions to the jockey and pretty much staying alongside Jake for as long as he can. I asked Rick how he'd like to see Jake perform today.
Look, Adam, I'd just be really pleased if he runs well, gets around safely and gets himself back safely.
Getting nervous. Real nervous. Is he in? He's in.
Now Jake the Musk, a first starter trained by Rick Worthington, goes in, so they're all set, stand by for a start. And the gates are back there racing. Santiva down.
Wow, look at him go. Jake had a good start, and he's starting to make his way up to the front.
Wocto Star on Hotel Chain and Jake the Musk about 6 wide in the early part.
Come on. He's moved into second spot. Go, Jake. Remember your training.
Come on, Jake. Come on.
Oh no, the other horses are starting to catch up. Oh, too bad, Jake. Still, he did pretty well for his first time.
that's what happens when you draw wide. It's a good run. It's a great run, but the wide barrier took its toll. Okay? We'll go down there.
For Jake, the hard work has paid off. The training, the early mornings and the track work have combined to turn Jake the Musk into a fully fledged racehorse. Well, it's been quite a journey for Jake and for me. I never realised how much time and effort it took into getting a racehorse ready to run. I've certainly enjoyed spending time with Jake, and it's been thrilling seeing him get a chance to do what he does best, and that's run fast. Well, it's time for Jake to get iced up and return back to his paddock for a well-earned rest. Hey, Moddy, have you ever been passionate about anything?
What do you mean? I've got a number of passions in my life.
Okay, like what?
Well, there's food. I'm very passionate about food.
All right, what else?
Well, there's, hang on a minute, I've got to think about this.
Come on, Moddy.
Oh, yeah, I'm passionate about my wardrobe. Looking good is very important. You may have noticed.
Yes, we've noticed.
Why do you ask?
Well, in our next story, we're going to meet Janet Lanyon, who is passionate about researching and saving dugongs.
Dugongs? What about my wardrobe?
Moddy, take a look. Out in the ocean along the east coast of Australia lives a unique mammal, the dugong, sometimes known as the sea cow. The dugong is so strange and mysterious that sailors in the olden days often believed they were mermaids. To gain a better understanding of dugongs, a team of researchers from the Queensland University are undertaking research to find out all they can about this special marine creature. The research is being led by Janet Langland.
Well, today we're going to go out to the shallow seagrass banks in northern Moreton Bay and we're going to catch some dugongs. Australia has one of the largest dugong populations remaining in the world. In many other parts of the world, dugongs have become extinct or are becoming extinct. And so we have a real duty to conserve and look after dugongs in this area. Dugongs are really slow breeders. In fact, out of all of the marine mammals, they probably take the longest to get into breeding age. They're teenagers when they start breeding. The females have only one calf, but one of the major factors in their breeding that makes them so slow is that they have only one calf every 5 to 9 years. In the last 50 to 100 years, we've probably lost 95% of our dugong population on the east coast of Australia. So the populations that we have now are very small compared to what they used to be in the past.
Janet's team have been tracking and studying dugongs for the past 9 years.
Well, when I first heard about dugong catching, I was really keen. I just wanted to get in and give it a go.
Well, Nick is the youngest member of the dugong team. He's a natural with the animals. He's a great catcher. Once he's in the water with them, he's very comfortable and confident.
You're looking at the ocean surface and you see a dugong pop up. So you point and the driver races up on it. We watch it for 3 breaths and your heart's just racing. You're just waiting for that minute to jump. And then on its 3rd breath, that's when we all jump. You want to get on its tail, and then 2 people jump on its tail, and then the others follow. Oh, you really know about it when you're on one.
In case you're wondering why these guys are wearing sports helmets, well, it's because tackling a dugong like this is a bit like tackling a front row forward. Once everybody is settled down, it's time for the rest of the team to collect samples. Tissue samples, skin samples, even poo samples.
Oh yeah, that's a good sample. Our dugong research here in Moreton Bay is looking at the population size, estimating how many dugongs there are. We're looking at how fast they breed, and we're looking at the impacts on dugongs, so the effects of boating traffic and other human activities on the animals. We're also trying to get together a family tree for dugongs so that we can work out how the dugongs breed with each other and how they're related to each other. That was an adult animal, a female, and she had a tag that we had previously put in. It could have been any time over the last 4 or 5 years probably. So when we go back we'll match her up against our database and see who she is. love dugongs because they're such an interesting and unique animal. They're so unusual. They're one of the only herbivorous marine mammals, so one of the only ones to eat plants. All of the seals and dolphins and whales eat animal material. So from a biologist's point of view, it makes them really interesting. They're also just such a lovely animal. They're placid and easygoing sort of animal and seem to have a really nice nature.
Thanks to Janet and her team, the information gained during these research trips will aid in the survival of these special marine creatures. And now it's time for Celebrity Pets.
Today I've come up to Newcastle to meet one of the rugby league greats, Newcastle Knight Adam McDougall. McDougall's over again! And his dog Max. And hopefully I can get a few pointers off him too while I'm at it. So we'll see how I go. How you going, Adam? Adam.
Hi, I'm Adam, and this is Max.
Hey Max, how you going?
Mate, come on inside.
Yep, sure.
Let's go, Max.
There you go.
Boy.
This ball's looking a little worse for wear.
Yeah, that's Max's footy. He likes footy as well, don't you, Max? Hey?
Yeah, he goes through a lot of balls then, I'm guessing?
Yeah, he's got strong teeth and he likes to pop a footy now and again. That's all he thinks about at the moment is this football. He won't take his eyes off it.
How old is Max?
Max is 6 and I got him a number of years ago for my wife for a birthday.
And does he do anything strange and unusual?
He likes to attack the vacuum cleaner when we're trying to clean the house.
Yeah.
That doesn't get done very often by myself, so he doesn't have to worry about that. And he thinks he's probably my shadow in a lot of ways. Every time I go to jump in the shower or go to bed, he tries to follow me. And he's a pretty smart dog, but he's like a male. He can only think of one thing at once, and that's his ball.
That's his ball at the moment.
That's his ball at the moment. So, and good luck getting it back off him. He's a great, addition to our family. When I come home after training or a bad game, he's always here, happy as Larry, so puts a smile on your face pretty quickly.
Well, Max has got his toys. I'm sure you've got your trophies. Do you mind if I have a look?
Yeah, I've got a couple of big trophies. Come and have a look at them.
All right.
Let's go.
So, Adam, what do we have here?
This is the first ever grand final trophy for the Newcastle Knights.
What did that feel like?
Oh, it was a huge experience, a great day, and even today when I come in and look at this trophy, it brings back a lot of happy memories for me, and it was by far and away the greatest moment of my football career.
It's quite impressive.
It's a great trophy, and if you look behind you, we've also got this great picture here of our second grand final win, which was a great day for the club, and it's a day that's gone down in history as well.
So being part of 2 grand finals, it's got to be a pretty special thing.
Yeah, I've been pretty lucky in my career, and as you can see from the smile on my face in this photo, it was a great day, and it was a day I'll never forget.
Wow, Adam, it feels pretty good to be standing out here in the middle of the EAS.
It's a cool place to play football, and there's no better feeling than running out into this stadium with 30-odd thousand people cheering for you.
I can imagine. All right, so what are we going to get stuck into today?
Well, today I'm going to try to teach you how to score a try. There's a smart way and a dumb way, and hopefully I can teach you the smart way to score a try.
All right, I hope so too.
Let's work on the dumb way to start with. If you want to be dumb, you run straight at the opposition player, and you'll probably end up on your head.
All right.
Let's go. As you can see, that's not too smart, running straight at a big bloke. All right, Adam, let me show you the smart way to score a try.
All righty.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
See that? Now it's your turn, mate.
All righty, I think I see what you did there. You ready?
Let's go.
You ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
Let's go. Nice step. Once you put that ball over the try line once or twice, you get a real rush and you want to do it again and again, and no one can stop you from doing it.
Well, this is about as close as I'm ever going to get to being a football star. But then again, being a TV presenter ain't that bad either.
Hey, Adam, you are amazing. You're just so good at all sorts of sport.
Why, thank you, Moddy, but, you know, I think Adam was being a bit gentle with me, and he may even have let me past.
No way, you're a true sportsman. Maybe one day you could take me to see a football game.
Oh, yeah? Okay, what would you like to see? There's AFL, NRL, A-League, Super 14.
Gee, I had no idea there were so many different types of football.
Yeah, and did you know there's even a team called the Cats?
The Cats? Oh, how cool. Maybe they need me on their team. I'd be great. You know, I'd jump and I'd paw at the ball and I'd be...
You know, Moddy, you have to kick the ball as well. You can't just chase it in circles.
Adam, how am I supposed to kick a ball?
I don't know. Let's check out what's coming up on our next show.
Next time on Creature Features, meet a big dog with real attitude. Head into the country for some horse action. And musician Ash Grunwald introduces us to his little mate Jonesy.
Well, you're going to love next week's show. Ash Grunwald is way cool. So I look forward to your company next time on Creature Features. But in the meantime, you can check out our website at abc.net.au/Creature
Features.
So, Moddy, you still want to play football?
Oh, only if I can play for the Wildcats.
The Wildcats, they're a basketball team.
Oh, well, then maybe it's basketball for me.
You know what, Moddy? You'd be a star player for the Lazy Cats.
Well, really? Oh, there's a team called the Lazy Cats?
No, but I'm sure you can start one. See you next time, everyone.
Oh, bye for now. Thanks for watching.